Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are chiming in the world. I am so excited that you could join us today. It is certainly time for real talk, real solutions. And as you all know, we come to this platform, we meet every week, and we have a great discussion with current issues and things that may be happening around the world, as well as, a great opportunity to have some intimate conversations. And of course, that is what Real Talk is all about. And my name is Dr. Anana. I am a World Civility Ambassador and the Women and Youth Civility Practitioner. And it is my pleasure to greet you from all around the world on this weekly platform. So you may be watching us live, you may be listening to our podcast, watching us on YouTube, but I just say thank you. I say thank you and I welcome you to Real Talk, Real Solutions. And today is actually May 5th, so it's Cinco de Mayo. And also here in the U.S., we recognize it as Teachers Appreciation Day. And I just want to personally celebrate and salute all the teachers, the current teachers, even those that may have retired, who give selflessly to their students on a daily basis. And I have to tell you, if you are a parent and you had to do some homeschooling and stay home and oversee your children during the pandemic and during quarantine, then you also probably have a greater appreciation for teachers, for their patience, for their knowledge. I'm telling you now, my boys are 10th and 12th grade. I couldn't help them with anything. And I learned that probably like in the 5th grade, that when I helped them with something, they probably got a worse grade than without my help. So we certainly salute all of our teachers. And like I said, as a parent, we especially have a greater appreciation for our teachers after going through the pandemic. And a lot of times, even in my story, I realized, I remember my 3rd grade teacher. I don't know about you, but do you remember that teacher that really had that positive impact on you, that really encouraged you, that really saw who you were, in spite of, I always say, your flaws and things that you thought were things that made you less than? There was a teacher that really believed in you. You remember that teacher, right? Absolutely. And then there's also the other teacher, that teacher that made you feel inferior, that made you feel less than, that teacher that talked down to you and told you that, you couldn't be this or you couldn't be that and put all these limitations on you. You remember that teacher too. You may not remember her name or his name, but you remember the feeling. Right. And so it's awesome to celebrate the awesome teachers, the positive teachers. Right. And I remember my 3rd grade teacher. Here I am, 45 years old, but I remember my 3rd grade teacher when I was 8 years old, Miss Mazza. And I speak about her in my upcoming book and the impact that she had on me in that short time of 3rd grade and how she spoke life into me. So again, those good teachers, those positive teachers, those incredible teachers, we salute you and we celebrate you today and just say thank you. So for the month of May, here, our Real Talk, Real Solutions, we are going to really focus on mothers. And the theme is Motherhood That Matters, right? And if you're connected with me via Moms on a Mission, you know that the one thing I am passionate about is seeing mothers and women live a fulfilled, fabulous life and living life on purpose. So I'm excited and I'm honored to coach and mentor mothers around the world. And I always say, listen, you don't postpone your purpose. Put that in the comments. I'm not postponing my purpose. But you learn to identify your purpose, your God-given mission, and you passionately go after your mission. And you change your vocabulary. There's no impossible with Moms on a Mission, but it is mission I am possible. So this month we are recognizing mothers. We are celebrating mothers. And I'm happy because we're going to do great speakers and trainings and inspiration, but I'm giving away some stuff. I'm giving away some stuff. Can you see this bag? So we're going to be giving away this lovely clutch, white for the summer. Y'all know what it is. So I love to give gifts. So this episode, we're going to be giving this away. So here's what you got to do, right? I got some rules here. Let me tell you what the rules, make sure I remember what the rules are, right? So this is what it is. So as you come in, I want you to just comment and say Motherhood Matters, right? So that's the first thing. You have to comment. 2, you have to share the broadcast, right? You have to share it. And then the other thing is make sure you are following Moms on a Mission. So we are going to, so you have up until now, because even if you're watching in a replay, that's fine. So you have up until Sunday to do what? To comment Motherhood Matters, to share the broadcast, and to make sure that you are following our Moms on a Mission page. And this right here will be in the mail to you next week, okay? So I have to make sure I can find you because I can inbox you, let you know you're the winner, and then we can get your address and get this out to you. So gift giving, I love it, I love it, I love it. All right, so you got that? Got the requirements? You know what you got to do? 3 things. You got to comment Motherhood Matters, right? As you come in, say where you're chiming in from. You have to share the broadcast, and you have to make sure that you are connected with our Moms on a Mission page. All right? And stay tuned because at closer to the end of the broadcast, I have another major announcement. Okay? All right. Okay. All right. So let's get to it. Let's get this show started. It is time for what? For real talk, real solutions. And tonight's guest, are y'all ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for tonight's guest? This amazing sister, I had the opportunity to co-author a book with, and she's going to talk more about that, right? So we've met, I want to say maybe like 5 years ago. 4 years ago, maybe. She's shaking her head. Okay, good. So we've had the opportunity to speak together just 2 weeks ago, 2 months pre-pandemic, right? In March, we shared a stage in South Carolina. Shouts out to Dr. Betty Speaks for that amazing conference. So we've had the opportunity to work together, to write together, to have book launches together. And I'm excited that tonight she is our guest. She is kicking off, yes, this month's theme, Motherhood That Matters. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up Angie Hodges. Angie Hodges is a speaker. She's an author. She's a workshop facilitator and a vision strategist. Okay? She is the owner of Be Fabulous. That's what I'm talking about. She inspires audiences of predominantly women to be fabulous and create a life they love. She empowers women to discover the vision of their life, determine the steps to get there, and build a team on and hold them accountable. That's what I like. She is the co-author with Live Your Best Life, Answer the Call. That's the book. And she also facilitates workshops on self-care, vision boards, journaling, and more. And where in all of these workshops, she provides guests with life-changing interactive experiences and tools to transform their today and recreate their tomorrow. Y'all come on, help me celebrate my sister who's here today. Hey, Angie.
Hey, Dr. Anana, how are you? I am so happy to be here. Thank you for having me on your show. This is wonderful. And that is true. I'm so happy you brought that up. The last time we actually saw each other was the last event was before the pandemic. And that was an amazing event. And so it's beautiful to be able to be here with you again this evening.
Yes. You are right. I'm so happy for you. Yes. You were always on my mind, especially for when I was focusing on motherhood, I knew that I wanted you to come on and share. I know, a bit of your story. And even as we're now in this season, you have a senior going off to college. I have a senior, like, look at that. Right. Yes. So I felt like we're at different stages and it is like, you carry the child, right? When they're a baby, you have all these dreams and aspirations. You go through all these different stages of motherhood. And here you are now where we are getting ready to send kids off.
Yes. to college, I'm getting ready to send the last one off. And it's like, whoo. And that's the thing that's so amazing about motherhood is when you start this journey, you really don't even have the concept of the different stages. I mean, I started off with children. I was a stay-at-home mom. No, we'll even go before that. When I was changing diapers and I thought that I would never stop changing diapers. And it's like, those are the stages. You at this point, you're like, oh, will this ever change? And you don't realize how life changes and evolves. Then they went to school and then I'm that, in the classroom volunteering. Then I became that unpaid Uber driver, taking them to all their events. And it's like, ooh, when will somebody learn how to drive? Now they're driving. And now it's like, it's a shift. And now as I'm watching, because I am the mother of 3 sons, 26, 21, 20, and a daughter 17. Wow. And now I am at this actually, it's a little bit less than a month today, she will be graduating. And it's like, wow, all that time. And that's why for any of the younger mothers that are listening and they're in the throes of that and they're like, oh my God, when is this ever going to end? What I say to you is to embrace it, enjoy, try to pull out the nuggets and the fun that you can out of it, because it ends. Yes. And then you're at that place where you're like, okay, what's next? What's next?
That's it. That's it. That is it. And that's why, with Moms on a Mission, like, your purpose, your mission, your calling, it is so good to identify that as early on as possible, because here's what happens, sis. They're getting older. We always be like, girl, I can't wait for them to get grown. I can't wait for them to get dressed. I can't wait for them to cook. You keep saying all that, but what's happening? We getting older too.
Exactly. It's not just them, it's us. And that, what you just said, is so key, because being a stay-at-home mom, I was a stay-at-home mom for like about 13 years. That was a blessing. And during that time, when my daughter went off to kindergarten, I knew who I was. I to tell you the truth, I needed some help. I was calling my friends. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know. And that gave me the premonition then that when she gets ready to go to high school, I need to come up with a plan before then. I need to be carving out the direction. And this isn't only because I was married for 15 years, but then as a single mom, but this isn't only for a married woman or a single woman, it's for all women. Because even there are many people that are in marriages that once those kids leave, they're like, who are you? Who are you? So it is so important that along that journey, and as parents, we want to think that the best thing we're doing for our children is to do every single thing for them and to be at everything and be involved in every single thing. But in reality, one of the most important things that you can show your children is to create a life for themselves. Because if you don't show them how to create a life for themselves, then they will get to that point and they won't know what to do with themselves. And so I just think that's really important that as parents, as moms, that we start, and you can take that to an extreme and be selfish and neglectful. I'm not saying that, but to have your own thing. And that's why, as we met 5 years ago, that was the place that I was in. As we were getting ready to write that book, is to carve out your own niche and find your purpose. Find what gives you life, what makes you float. So yes, it's really important to get your own thing. And that is a gift for your own children so that they can understand that that's a part of life that they need to do as well.
Indeed. Great advice already. This is really what it's about, because again, they're getting older, and we're always an example. They're always watching us, right? So are you going after your purpose? Are you fulfilling that, or are you neglecting that? You know what I mean? Like, these are the things that we have to consider. They are watching, always watching. We lead by example all the time.
And we think it's what we say, but it's really what we do. And it's funny when they start getting to that age when they call you on some of the things that you do. Well, Mom, but you say it. So.
That's right. They hold you more accountable than you could even imagine. So let's talk about it. Let's tell the world a bit about Angie, your story, your testimony, things that, but let's let the audience know who you are and what did it look like, and what are some of the things you're going through, and what does it even look like now? What are you looking forward to in this new season?
Right now, just like this picture shows right here with this sunset behind me, this is where I am feeling like I am now. I am in the sunset of my life. During those stages, like I said, I was married for 15 years. It was a situation that was not the best for me emotionally or for my children. We lived on the outside. We looked like we had this grand life, building 2 brand new houses. Traveling, everything just looked right, but there was a lot of things that was missing. And I got to this place that I knew that I had to make the best decision for myself and for my children. And that meant that I needed to go. And that was difficult because at that point I had 4 children and I had no job and I had not finished college. So it was that point where I had to figure out, what do I want to do with me? And vision boards was a thing that helped me, that started to help me, gave me permission to dream and think about what was it that I wanted for my life. And so I started creating these vision boards, and people were thinking, she must be crazy. I know my kids were looking, I was putting all these different pictures, but it was because as moms, many times we're at that place where our only focus is on our children or our husbands. And so I had to start to think, well, what does Angie want to do? And if there's any moms that are in that place, take that time and do that development and that growth and get and have that alone time to get to know yourself and figure out what it is that you want to do. And Oprah says, create the highest, grandest vision for your life because you become what you believe. And so that's what I started doing, creating those vision boards.
Wait, now I got to we be going. Now, what did Oprah say? Tell me what she said, what you want.
Create the highest, grandest vision for your life. And when I was doing these vision boards, I was putting things on there that I had no clue. It was like, it just didn't seem possible. Right. But it started to give me a roadmap to work towards. And that's sometimes where some people are. It's like, I don't know where to begin, but you have to begin somewhere. Start writing it down. It could be a vision board. It could be your notebook. It could be a laptop. It could be a cell phone, just to start to write things. What is it that you want to do? Is there a childhood hobby that you used to have? Something that you love to do? Something that you always wanted to be? And I think that as adults, we forget to dream. We just get so caught up in living our lives that, you know what, it's okay to dream and dream big. And so that's how it started. And as I started that divorce process, it was a long process. I really don't like telling people this, but I was in the court system for about 9 years.
9 years.
9 years. And during that time, kids still need to be taken to the doctor. They still need to go to parent-teacher conference. They still have birthdays. They still have holidays. So I had to still work through that while raising my children. And during those times, it was like, God, is this what you have for me? Is this what this is supposed to be? Because it really, truly was a weight on my mind, body, and spirit.
Absolutely.
But God. Because now I'm on this other end. And like I said, when I'm feeling in this sunset part of my life, and I can look back and you know what? I don't regret any of it. It has helped me to become the woman that I am, because I had to spend so much time questioning and looking and trying to figure it out, that it helped me to grow as a person and to learn myself and to know what I needed. Right. Oh, thank you. I see. What is her? How do you pronounce it?
I call her Renee. Okay. You go by Renee. Thank you, Renee.
Yes. And so during that time, I used different things. Like I said, vision board was one. Also journaling. I'm a big journaler, because a lot of times we have a lot of inner work. We're busy. And as moms, oh my God, we busy. I'm running here, we're running there. But taking that time to journal and get in touch with yourself is a great thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, there's a few things that you spoke on. And the first thing is really when you say, I'm trying to think about it, like, be even bigger than what you even think. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we're like, let me just start small, or let me just do but no, when you're talking about dream and vision, right? And more importantly, it's like what the plans that God has for us, we can't even comprehend. We can't even imagine. But the fact that he gave you that vision or that dream, and it's like, there's no way I can do that. It's no way I can have that, right? But you have gotten this insight to what the plans that really God has for you. So you have to think big. You have to plan big. And I'm sure that's a part of it when you're talking about your vision, right? If you say, okay, I just want this little piece of it. Yeah.
And when you do that, and when you stretch it out beyond what you can possibly do, and then when it starts to happen, then beyond a shadow of a doubt that was God. And it is, and that's the beautiful thing, is when you do give your opportunity, yourself the opportunity to stretch. Why keep it down here? Like I always believe, shoot up here. And if you only reach here, then at least that was fine. But if you shoot down at the bottom, No. So
you hit it every time. Like they said, listen, when you're not aiming at anything, guess what? You'll hit that every single time. So it's absolutely key. But you said the thing about stretching. Right, and then that's one of even like the 15 laws, like the rubber band, a law of the rubber band, because like if you see a rubber band sitting on a table, it's just sitting there, it's not doing anything, right? It has no purpose, it fulfills nothing. But when you get to stretching that thing, and you can play it around your head, you can have it to hold something. So it really is in the stretch, right, that we really identify our purpose. We really identify our ability, right, that we just never even tapped into. So I like how you use the stretching, and it don't feel good. Look.
No, it doesn't. It makes me think of this quote: adversity causes some men to break, and it causes others to break records.
Come on. Say that again. Let them get it.
Adversity causes some men to break, and in this case, women. It causes some men to break, but it causes others to break records. Wow. So what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? That's what I'm talking about. I see Rasha is here. Hey, Rasha. She's actually one of our co-authors. Listen, she's in the house, right? And she says Ephesians 3:20, life more than we can ask,
think or imagine. Yes.
Take the limits off. You know what I'm saying? So all right. So we went through a bit about the divorce and how the divorce took you 9 years, like that. Like I can't even imagine. I'm thinking about 9 months.
No, even when it was over, I continued to go back. Had to continue to go back to court over different issues. So this was even after it was over. And it would be many of those times that I was questioning. But like I said, I don't regret any of it because it helped me to build character. It helped me to grow and to become stronger as a woman. And you know what? We want to have it perfect for our kids. I would have loved to tell you that my children got to see everything perfectly put together and perfectly done. But my children watched me pull up. They watched me have an issue. They watched me have a long-standing issue, and they watched me work through it. They watched me grow, and they watched me overcome it. They had a chance to see me become victorious in a situation that they saw. And so what I always tell them is take what you saw me go through and know that there is nothing that you will face that you cannot get over. So, yeah.
You became the testimony. They learn overcoming and perseverance through you.
Yes, and we think as parents we want to shield our kids from that. But as our children grow, they're going to face things. Yes. And you see about how some kids, they go away and they just kind of like freak out. No, I would prefer them see it in this type of environment where you could see me grow and work through something, and so they can do the same thing as well. So that's not helping them to keep them away from that. That's a learning opportunity for them.
Yes, absolutely. Incredible. And that's life, yes. And they'll hold on to that, you know what I'm saying? And appreciate that. And those life lessons that they learn, watching you, right? You can't take that, but they said that's priceless. You know what I mean? You cannot recreate that. They've really learned that and are stronger and learning, that fortitude, right? I mean, to really keep on persevering is absolutely incredible. So now you're and even let's talk about even the pandemic, because we met when they were just getting ready to shut the world down, right? We met, but the last time we were together, right? It was what, like the middle of March, right? Before they locked us down.
And there was so much going on at that point because we were starting to get the little news bits of what was going on and not really for sure if the event was even going to go on. Right. But yes, that was.
Yeah, now that was interesting. There was a few reasons, right? Because I'm trying to think when we didn't know, like did you have to drive back? Didn't you have to pick somebody up from college?
Yes, I had to pick my son up from college because they were releasing him.
It was so many unsureties of things that were happening. What did the world look like? Now, here we are over a year later. We've gone through the pandemic, right? Parenting through the pandemic, and you having to bring your college kids home and having one at home. Let's speak to that. So, those that are parenting still maybe, through the pandemic, I always speak about even the social injustices and things that people don't really understand the weight of that as a mother. Actually hearing George Floyd cry out to his mother, You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's just so many simple. We talk about motherhood, you know, and the things that really affect you as a woman, as a mother, even as your children get older and grow older. You know, talk to us a little bit about that. And you have now older, you know, men. Right?
Yes, men, 3 grown sons. And when you just talk about what's going on as far as the civil unrest, as a mother of 3 adult sons, it's like when you see everything that's going on, I mean, you as a mother, you just, your heart is clenched because you know, it's easy. It's so much going on. It's so many different tragedies. It's almost like you losing track of them. And I sometimes have to make myself to pay attention and because you kind of want to don't want to see it anymore because it's been so much, but I have to be present because we can't get to the point where we can say, well, that's somebody else's child, because we are all interchangeable. We are all here together, and it's not just someone else's child. And so as a mother, it is a very challenging to see and to try to, and then you have sons. I have sons that are out of state, and it's like you want to keep your arms around them and you want to keep them close to you, but you know that the best thing you can do is pray and pray that they have listened to the words of wisdom that you tried to give them over the years, and know that as much as you love them, that God loves them more.
That you talking right. I so love that, because honestly, I'm just even starting to realize that a lot, you know, because we want to control them. We want to, you're going to go here, you're going to do this, you're going to go to school for this, you're going to date this one, you're going to do this, right? But you know what? It's so reassuring, right? But yet it's a faith thing, right? To let go and stop being in control, because he loves them more. And he really gave them as a gift. Like, you entrusted me with them. Out of all, you know, the chromosomes and the sperm and the eggs, you could, you know what I'm saying? Things could have happened, but you really gifted me this child. You know, like you trust me with them, right? And so now we have this time to mold them, you know what I mean? To rear them, to nourish them. But there comes a point when we do have to let them fly, like you said, you know, and trust God for it. So,
and realize that we were just a vessel to bring them here and to guide them. Yeah. And I say that, especially, like I said, I only have one that's actually a minor right now. I say that right now, as we're in this adulting phase, is that we're becoming partners. When you were a baby, and when you were a toddler, and when you were a little boy, I was the mom telling you what to do. But now that you become the adult, we're partners. We're partners. With most of my children, I have this type of relationship, the adult ones, where we kind of discuss things. We discuss options. But at the end of the day, as their parents, we have to realize this is their journey. As much as we would like to control it, as much as we would like to control the narrative, this is their journey. Good. And you can sit there telling them what you need to tell them till you're green in the face. Yep. But you know, you have to have trust. You have to trust that you place the seeds in them. They may not be ready to act on what you say, and they may never act on it, but it was just your responsibility to plant the seed.
Yeah, that's good. That's really, really good, because that stress, the worrying, the anxiety, it's real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it really is, it's a reality. But trusting God, and, you know, and knowing that, like you said, you planted in them, and even things we don't, because we just learn throughout it. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have all the answers. I always say, even one of the A Mother's Love, there's really no blueprint. There's no book, no textbook that you could pick up and say, here's how to do it. Right?
And also,
this is what you need to do.
Being open to learn from them.
Yes.
Being open to learn from them. I think of it like a track, like, you know, like a relay event in track. How when you're running, so for most of these legs, I've been running the race. But as they become adults, it's time for me to hand that baton off. It's time for me to hand that baton off so that they can run their race. Now, I'm still going to be your biggest cheerleader on the sideline. I'm screaming, I'm hollering, ah! But at the end of the day, this is their race.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. And you have to go through it to get there. You know what I mean? Like I gotta say, even in the book that we wrote 5 years ago, I remember, that letting go for me, for my oldest, who's now is 26. Like that was tough, like because he's the oldest, and that was the first time I got like, yo, he gotta figure this thing out. You know what I mean? Like I can't control it. I can't get this degree. You going for this, date this one, get that. No. Like, and when I did, and it is a process, ladies. I'm not gonna tell you. Listen, we can sit here and say it, let it go and let them and trust God, let go and let God.
And when they do something that's completely the opposite of what you prefer or what you want for them, and being okay in that this is their journey.
It's so good. That is so good. I hope that people are catching that. Put what you're putting down, because this is real talk, and certainly a real solution. Is really having that trust in God, having that faith. That He's going to give it. He's going to take care of them. And I love how you said He loves them. His love for them doesn't even compare to ours. And that sounds crazy. You know what I mean? Because that's your baby. You carried this child, right? You raised them. You raised them. You remember grade school? The first little league in football or whatever the case is. You remember all those special moments, all those milestones, and get to the point where just last year, in the middle of a pandemic, my oldest got married. Like that's crazy, right? And so
I remember that looking at it, because that was one of the things that we were talking about at that event. Is you were talking about what was going to happen with the wedding.
Right. They're going through all of these, through the journey, if you will. So it's amazing. And I love the fact that, we can even be here and share through it, because it's rough, it's tough, it's fighting, it's tears, high blood pressure, you get stressed. But the more you learn and grow in the faith of it, and really trust God, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So that's a good stuff. So tell us, let's talk about Be Fabulous. Where did that come from? What is the whole concept, the mission of that? Talk to us about that.
Be Fabulous it was a radio show that I had. It was called Be Fabulous. And as I was going through some of my tests, like I was saying through regarding my divorce, I said, God, if you take me through this, if you get me through this, I will go back and I will help other women. And so it was a show that I saw announced for, it was Soar Radio. It was a gospel radio show, and they were looking for hosts. So I said, okay, I'll be a host. So that was the name of my show. It was Be Fabulous. And then I came up with the tag and Create the Life You Love. And the premise of that is, sometime in this life, we had a plan with how we wanted things to go. We made a thought we wanted, I was going to get married. I was going to stay married forever, raise these children. It was going to be all wonderful and great. But you know what? Sometimes there's a detour that takes place. Sometimes it's a health issue. Maybe it's unfortunately the death of a loved one or a parent or an illness. But sometimes life doesn't end up the way we planned it to be. And so there are some people that will allow that experience to break them, or they will give up. And the premise of Be Fabulous is be fabulous. In spite of what has happened to you, be fabulous. And it is up to you to create the life you love. May not be the life you thought you would have, but you can create a life that you love.
Now, here's the thing about that I love. And the one thing that I feel a lot in coaching and mentoring is you really have the power, right? It's really, regaining and considering the power that you have, right? Because you have the power, like you really do. First of all, it's in your mind, the way that you think and you consider yourself, right? But being fabulous, right? First of all, you got to think and believe you fabulous. It's like to really, look, you know what I'm saying? So people see that, but here's the thing about it too. When I'm learning, like it's still always a decision. Right? Because that being fabulous don't mean everything is great. Don't mean I even feel good in my body and my spirit. Right? But there's a decision that I make every single day, right? That I am going to be fabulous, that I am going to be about my business, be about my mission, right? And that's where the power comes, right? You don't have to wait for somebody else to come and boost you up. You don't have to wait to get the good word for the pastor, somebody lay their hand, do whatever it is that you think that usually gives you the, you know what I mean, to get up
I'm
and go.
gonna live my best life, whatever. Doesn't mean a perfect life. And that's one thing I think we have to lose this relationship with perfect. I have learned to enjoy and embrace my quirky, crazy. She came up with an idea from over here. Embrace it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah. It's just embracing what you got and living it to the best of your ability.
And you know what? Look at Kotiki. She was our guest last week. She said, yes. Love it. Be fabulous.
That's right. Be fabulous.
Now, one thing you know, and this is another, I got to drop. I got some stuff coming up. So I have a book coming out, and it is Embrace Your Flaws, right? Mm-hmm. And walk by faith. And that's a big thing. Like what you think is not enough, what you think is the flaw is really the thing. Look, what you think, that's your feature. That's what makes you who you are. Can't nobody be that but you. I say a lot of people can do what I do, but can't nobody do it like me, right? So that's what you're talking about. The fabulousness, right? It's really exactly you embracing all of that you've gone through, the journey, the flaws, the things that you would consider inadequacies, right? Once you really embrace that, powerful.
And you know what? And the beautiful thing is our flaws become beautiful.
Yes.
I mean, we thought that it was perfection that was beautiful. You know, even a diamond that has a little bit of a little chip or a little bit of something on it, a little yellow or something, or, you know, just a little imperfection. Right. That's what makes it beautiful. Yeah. And when we learn to embrace that and walk into that, that's such more of a stress-free life.
Yeah.
When I don't have to keep up to other people's perceptions of what they think I should be or what they want me to be. This is Angie. Some days she's good, some days she's bad, but every day she's working to be the best that she can be.
Come on, every day. What you can't count on is that I'm working towards it, you know?
Yeah.
And I love that because the goal or the stress of trying to be perfect, that no one is. I don't care who you think, you know, who you might think you can see out there and they look the best. They have everything. They got flaws. They have struggles. They have insecurities. We all have it because we are human. No one is perfect, but the key is to embrace that, right? To be your fabulous self. And that's where the power comes, because when you do it, then you light a path for somebody else to do the same, right? Yes. It's like you and I always say there's a difference, you know, being the thermometer, right? Or the thermostat. Now, so when I come in the room, I set the temperature. And especially us as women, we have to understand that that's the power, right? I don't care what's going on in the environment, but when I come, boom, guess who stepped in the room? Right? I can shift things. And that's the power. You have the ability to do that and create the temperature, to create the atmosphere, right? Even against how you feel, even against all that you're going through, that's really the power.
And you just, when you said that, it made me think about even like during this pandemic, as the women and the mothers, the wives, the girlfriends, whatever we are, the daughters in our homes, we had the power even during this pandemic to change the temperature of our homes. Mm-hmm. Because let's face it, many of us were fearful in the beginning. Absolutely. But we had to decide how we would show up for our families and for our children. And so there were times that I told them, you know, I really don't know what to do in this situation either. But what I did decide is we're going to use this time to have fun time as far as family time. My sons that are out of state, what we do is I would buy them lunch. We would have DoorDash. I would buy them lunch and we would get together and have FaceTime meetings, or we would celebrate different holidays. So I say that even with this time during this pandemic, we still had so many opportunities to connect with our families, to help our children, because this, you know, as much as we were struggling as adults, there were some conversations that needed to be had with children as well as to how they're processing this, because it was a lot. It still is a lot. And getting together, finding different things, like maybe you like to garden. Maybe this was a time that you decide, okay, I'm going to garden. Or for me, it was self-care. That was a major focus for me during this pandemic. And as mothers, we're given so much, and to hold our families together. Some of you were schooling children, working from home, taking care of elderly parents or other relatives. If you didn't take care of yourself during this pandemic, that can affect the whole trajectory of your family. That's why there's been so much, there've been a lot of, unfortunately, situations where relationship or, family issues during this time. But it is so important, as much as we're trying to fill everyone else up, that we fill ourselves up. And that was one of the major things that I learned during this pandemic, was to take care of yourself.
Yeah,
because when you go on the airplane, they say, put your mask on first. So it's not that I'm not concerned about my family, but if I don't put my mask on first, then I won't even be here to take care of them.
Yeah. Great analogy. I'll use it all the time. Why do they tell you that? Like, in a way, it sounds like selfish, right? How much is put on? But even imagine if you're on a plane, right? And if I went to help everybody without my mask, right? I might start getting delirious. I might fall out myself, right? And that just, I'm more impactful, if I will, right? I'm more productive when I have the mask on first and I take care of me first. Then my impact goes even further, right? But when we halfway, don't get enough sleep, don't take care of ourselves, don't journal, do your worship, whatever it is that really reignites you. When we don't do that, we moving. We might be doing a little something, but we're not doing it at 100. We're not having the same impact, right, that we would if we would have taken the time to do the self-care and take care of ourselves.
Yes. And then with self-care, like you just hit a good point on that. With self-care, there's no right or wrong. Yes. It's about what feels you, what feels you mentally, spiritually, physically, and finding that thing. For me during this point, I was like, it scared me. COVID scared me. COVID scared me to get healthy. I released 53 pounds. Wow. Still. And I was like, you know what? This thing is either I'm going to sit over here and stay in fear and do nothing, or I'm going to stay fear and I'm going to get to moving. And, for some people, that's what it does. It immobilizes them. But for me, it was a way for me to start figuring out, Angie, how can you eat better? How can you live better? Because this COVID itself was based on health. It's something that would affect your body. So if your body isn't strong, then I felt like if I did get it, I wasn't giving myself a chance. So I think that during this time too, is that many people, and I understand it, you want to sit in the house, you want to eat all day or have beverages, which I do have beverages, not always water, but as much as we want to do those things, this is also a time to check and see, am I doing the best thing that I can do for my body? Yes. To keep myself healthy, right. To keep my family healthy. I want to be here for my family. And there's no guarantee that any of the things, that we're doing right now will work. But I want to put my best foot forward because I want to be here for my family. Am I doing the best thing for my spirit? Am I keeping it fed with positive stuff? Or am I sitting at home watching all this craziness? What are you filling yourself up with? Go out and walk. They said we can't be in a large group, but you can go and walk in the free, clear air by yourself. Right. So it's about using this time to help yourself to grow. Maybe you've always wanted to go back to school, or you wanted to get a license, or you wanted to apply for a new job. And I say it's about the mindset. Yes, we were all given this shock, this shock over a year and a half ago. But it's like in anything, what are you going to do with it?
That's good, sis. That is so good. And even that still takes the decision. Having health, you still have the power, right?
Yes.
To choose. And people will say, some people are going to come out as pandemic millionaires. Some people are going to come out with amazing new businesses, right?
Yes.
Degrees, right? Everything online, right? You make the decision, because the pandemic is happening one way or the other. Every day is happening, right? But what are you doing with what we have? And of course, even just the loss. Like, I think learning to not take life for granted. We just know that how many people who have lost, you think there's no way, you better do what you got to do, what you're supposed. Every day is a gift. What am I getting up? What am I going to do? Let's make the decision, right? To live a purposeful life. right? Because it's just not guaranteed. It really is not guaranteed. And that's so key. So key. I love
mindset.
How you spoke about that. Absolutely. And the choice. I like how you said, you decide how you will show up. And I really put that in the comments. You decide, and that's again the thermostat or the thermometer. Like, what are you gonna be? It's your decision. I don't care who doing what, who don't like me, who said what about me, right? I mean, all these things. I've been through this, however, but the decision still is always mine. I decide how I am going to show up to a relationship, to an environment, to work, to business. I own that. Right. And that's the power. Like we discredit our power, our ability. We really do. We really
own it.
Yeah.
Own it. Yeah. Your tests, your obstacles are either an opportunity for a promotion or a demotion.
Did y'all get that? Did y'all get that? She said the test is just an opportunity for your demotion or your promotion. Now, which one you want? Put that in the comments. I'm going to be promoted. I'm going for the promote. I'm going higher. I ain't going lower. I'm going higher. I'm going for the raise increase, right? I'm going for the healthy lifestyle, right? These are the things that you decide. You decide that. That is so powerful. So listen, I want to make sure, let me let you know, because I know we got new folks coming in. I see Tanisha. She says, yes, I'm going to show up. You decide. She said, Tanisha says, I'm going to show up with a big
Come on and show up, Tanisha. Yes, she said with a big heart and a smile.
That's right. This is Reverend Ivy. She says self-care, talking about that. And I think this was when we were speaking about, being a thermometer. When you come in the room, when you come home, listen, things got to get in line. You are the queen. She said the queen is home.
She said the queen is home.
Yes, this is my mom. This is Elizabeth. She says, listen, take your flaws and make the best of them. Absolutely. Yes. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. Motherhood that matters. Listen, Tanisha says she's going to promote. She's going for the promotion.
Going for the promotion.
Tika said, I'm going for the promotion. Okay? Ain't nobody getting demoted here. This is Moms on a Mission. Listen, we ain't playing. This is real talk, real solution.
Moms on a mission.
Come on, who getting demoted? Well, look, and even staying still. This is not the opportunity. This is right now. Again, this is the season, right?
There are businesses that are being created up out of this. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things that have fell off, but these are opportunities. And I just say, I pray for there's somebody on here. If I don't come up with the business idea, the $1 million business idea, I pray that you do.
Did y'all catch it? You better catch it. Now she's throwing it. Now it's up to you to catch it. You better pick up what she put down. Yup. Just put your hands up. Say, I'll take it. I will take it. It's so key. Right on. So listen, this month, we're going for Motherhood That Matters, supporting our mothers, the women that we're talking about tonight. When we're talking about be fabulous, but the one thing that she is really passionate about, Miss Angie Hodges, is self-care. Putting the mask on and taking care of yourself first in order to be an effective mother, in order to be fabulous business owner, your career, whatever it is. And we're talking about promotion, you have got to take care of yourself. And I like what we were saying, that it looks different to everybody. You know what I mean? And the misconception of, getting massage and getting it might not be that. It might just be listening to some good music, taking a walk, like you said. I think one of my therapists, she was like, I love the color purple. So I had to get some lavender plants. Like, let me just be in the area.
Redecorate your home.
Yes.
Whatever it is for you. Yeah. It makes me think of this quote by Jill Churchill, and there is no way to be a perfect mother, but there's a million ways to be a good one.
Good one. Yes, it is.
And it's just up for you to figure out what that is for you and for your family.
I love it. Yes. Tanisha says self-care is learning how to do it. That's right. Yeah. This is good. So listen. So if you're joining in, let me tell you what the rules are for this month. Every episode, I'm doing a giveaway. So tonight's giveaway is this amazing white studded clutch. Y'all see it? So everyone who is watching, but there's rules to this. So you're watching this episode. We're going to do a raffle. This handbag will be raffled and mailed to you next week. So you have up until tonight and Sunday, which is Mother's Day. So Sunday night, you have to comment, right? Motherhood Matters. So I want to make sure we see that in the comments, right? And you have to share the broadcast, okay? And you have to make sure that you're following Moms on a Mission. right? Our page. So those are the 3 things that you have to do to be entered into the raffle, and we will announce the winner on next week's episode. So that's it, guys. So make sure you have that. Now I have a major announcement, but I want to let Miss Angie Hodges, Tanisha says she's claiming it now. That's right. Motherhood Matters. Put that in the comments, okay? Make sure you share the broadcast, and of course, make sure you follow the page. So a lot of you guys are already doing that, but as long as those are the qualifiers, and this lovely bag is yours. So we're going to give gifts to the mothers. We want to love on each other and celebrate one another, and pray that every episode that the mothers in our lives are being uplifted in this season, because it's been tough. You know, it has definitely been a tough time. So we want to love on each other. So Angie, listen, what closing words, what do you want to say? How do you want to leave the audience this amazing day that we have on Cinco de Mayo?
Yes, on Cinco de Mayo. I just want to thank you, Anana. It's just, it has just been wonderful sharing part of the journey with you and watching you sometimes from afar as you get out here like this whirlwind that you are. It is just, you are so inspiring, so awesome to watch you just touch me in many ways, and just watching you. And a lot of times people don't even know, even sometimes when people don't tell you everything that they see, that what you're doing has been impactful to me, and I know that it's been impactful to so many people.
Bless you. Thank you, sis.
And for the listeners that are watching, I just want you to know, for the mothers, motherhood is one of the greatest things, and it's also one of the hardest things, but that you have what it takes, and that your family needs you, the community needs you. And whatever you do, I want you to be fabulous and create the life you love.
All right, you heard it first. You heard it here. Our kickoff Motherhood That Matters. Our special guest tonight was Miss Angie Hodges. And I'm sure on Facebook, Instagram, is it all the same? That's how they can find you and follow you?
Yes, Angie Hodges, or B is B and fabulous. Yes.
And it's the letter B, fabulous.
Yes.
Not the BE. So it's B and then fabulous. That's how you can find her. So hashtag that and at Instagram and all that. Make sure that you guys be connected, because we always are about community, right? Y'all know
that's
that.
Right. And I have some more workshops coming up, some more virtual on journaling. We're going to get us writing, getting in touch with ourselves, and some on self-care. So yes, come on and follow me, reach out.
I love it. And look forward to, the next thing, working together and supporting each other along this journey as we continue to live our best life and answer the call. How about that? Yes. So love you, sis, and thank you so much for being here with me tonight.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So listen, it was another episode of Real Talk, Real Solutions. I hope you got the instructions. You know what to do. You have to like, share the broadcast, comment Motherhood Matters, and get into the drawing for this amazing clutch coming your way. So we're running the raffle. So even if you're watching in a replay, it's okay. If you're listening on the podcast, however, make sure that you stay connected. You can go to ananapfeiffer.com, type in "Let's Get Connected," join the mailing list, and let me know that you were on. However, so we'll do that drawing, and next Wednesday the winner will be announced. So drum roll, please. Okay. Guys, I am super excited. This weekend, I am launching my 4th book. 4th book. Can you put it in the comments? 4th book. And it is called The 4 C's. How about that? 4th book, 4 C's. Look, God, just aligning that all up, right? And it's called Creating Change for a Better Tomorrow Starts Today. So what I want to do, I want to invite you on Friday. On Friday, I'll be live. We have a Zoom. If you connected on my mailing list, you would have gotten the invitation and the news about it. But let me tell you, I've gathered the most amazing, brilliant change makers from around the world to share their insight, their expertise, even the projects, the things that they're working on. I have some amazing young ladies and women that are co-authors in this book. And see, 4 C's is really about taking responsibility. You want to take responsibility for where you are, but also for where you're going. We talked about the power, taking the power, and it's through the 4 C's, because you have the power. You have the ability to act and produce and have an effect. I'm going to say that again. You have the power to act, produce, and have an effect. And when you utilize the power and you tap in, tap into your influence and you become the authority, just as the authors that I have. So I want you to know that the 4 C's are civility, community, creativity, and climate change. And I have gathered the best in this book. So I want you to join me this Friday, oh my goodness, May 7th, on our Blessed Girl Facebook page. Moms on a Mission will be everywhere, YouTube. So just make sure you stay connected. Stay tuned in, because listen, the book launches this weekend. You are going to hear from some amazing ladies, young ladies. I think our youngest is 14 years old. They're from all over the globe, and they will be coming, sharing a bit about their story, introducing them to the world. So please tune in, support this project. 4 C's, the 4 C's. This philosophy will be shared, and we are launching it with the world on this weekend. So make sure you stay tuned Friday night and Saturday morning. Sir Clyde Rivers will be there. We have some amazing surprise guests, but you want to continue this conversation and be with us next weekend. So listen, if you're going to be there this weekend coming, make sure you stay connected, because 4th book is going down. The 4 C's, our 4th book is happening. And I'm just super, super excited for these amazing young ladies that I've had the opportunity to work with, mentor and coach, and they are now going to be international authors and international best-selling authors with your help. All right, with your help we can do this. So this Friday, tune in 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Saturday I believe it's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So stay tuned. Thank you all for watching Motherhood That Matters. The raffle is happening. Make sure you comment, like, share, and you're following Moms on a Mission. So listen, this was another episode. Real talk, real solutions. You know what it is and what we do. And I'm so excited that you choose to join and spend your time with me tonight. So my name is Dr. Anana Pfeiffer Darrell Home, and I thank you for watching. I thank you for joining. And as always, you know what it is. Be you. All right? Be you. Okay? Be bold. Right? And be blessed. Signing off. Have a great night.